I was basically ecstatic to hear that Ivan Reitman's son, was going to be doing a direct follow up um, to Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And, it was supposed to be released at least a year ago, probably more. Um, but it was worth the wait for me. And I'm going to kind of offer my non spoiler review of Ghostbusters Afterlife at this point in time. And so, if you haven't seen it yet, that's okay. You can stick with us and we'll do a spoiler review after Adam sees it also. And, I have to say, again, I was delighted. All the TV spots and clips that were released, I really I was just smiling from ear to ear. I was loving what I was seeing, and the movie pretty much delivers on that. Um, it is overall, it feels like a very fun, lighthearted, um, summer type movie, but also a tribute and a love letter to the original Ghostbusters, and specifically to Harold Ramis and his character. Um, and I don't want to say too much about that to reveal anything, so I won't. But the I will say it was a slow burn. As it's the Phoebe character played by McKenna Grace, who does an absolutely brilliant job in the role of Phoebe. It's a slow burn for her discovering all these things about the original Ghostbusters and the artifacts that she comes across and all those things.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
but but it's enjoyable. But I could see where people might complain that it's a little bit slow in the beginning and it takes a little bit to get going. But there's a particular scene that happens almost an hour in that really picks it up. That really picks up the action and the story, and from there, I just absolutely loved it. And um, I just thought it was wonderful. The comedy is good. I really enjoyed the new characters,
Okay.
um, and it really pays tribute and honors the original characters too. So it's a nice blend of nostalgia. I think it's nostalgia and fan service done right. Um, I enjoyed all the nods to the originals and the Easter eggs and all those things. And I even really loved how this film really leans into the kind of horror, scary haunted house type
Okay.
thing. It really leans into the ghost part of the Ghostbusters, which is cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Um, and suspenseful and a little bit scary at times, but the
Okay.
but the comedy is also good. And I love Paul Rudd as the character he plays and
I'm hearing really
everything.
good things about
Um,
Paul Rudd in this movie, and it
mhm.
seems like he was the right way to go.
Yeah, definitely. And Finn Wolfhard too, who actually
Yeah.
played a
Okay.
Ghostbuster in Stranger Things season 2.
All right. Which I
Um,
noticed you're wearing your shirt, by the way.
yes, I am wearing my Stranger Things shirt, and since Ghostbusters was referenced in that. And yeah, I thought he was great. He was pretty much what I expected. And I will say overall the movie was pretty much what I expected. I wouldn't say that it like exceeded my expectations. Um, it met my expectations and I was satisfied and happy with that. Um,
that's
it
what.
also
That's important to. Let's talk about that for a
yeah,
little bit because I think that's
yeah.
important to talk about. Like, there's been some chatter about Ghostbusters is what happens when a franchise just finally gives in and just gives the fans what they want.
Mhm. Mhm.
Which can work for some and it might not work for others. But I think that's important. I like you're a bigger Ghostbusters fan than I am for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I think that this you getting this movie is more important for you than for sure than what happened in 2016. But this is like you've been waiting for this
I have. I've
for
been
a
waiting like
long
for a
time.
long time for this movie.
And I
Yeah.
think if it was anything else, it would have been maybe a little bit difficult to swallow the first time. It
Mhm.
it could have been one of those experiences like Last Jedi for you, where you had to see it a few times to really appreciate it. But this is something that you can go and park your sounds like to me anyway. You can go and park your butt in a seat for 2 hours and be really happy about doing that right off the bat, and you can enjoy yourself right off the bat.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I really enjoyed it, and it was the Ghostbusters movie I wanted
Yeah,
and that I
right.
was looking for and that I was much more satisfied
And that's
with.
very cool. That it seems like finally someone has sat down and said, "Okay, let's make this movie because this is what people want to see."
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so I think Jason Reitman was the right guy for the job. And it is it's its own thing. It takes place in a different setting. We're not talking about like downtown New York.
Yeah,
This is
right.
a farmhouse type setting, and it's that makes it different. And
Sure.
it's also it stands on its own, but it also really leans into the mythology of Ghostbusters. And I won't say any more than that, but it does really lean into and connects to things that happened, in the original and
Okay.
everything. So I like that about it too. Um, so yeah, my only issues were a little bit slow pacing in the beginning,
Okay.
and then I can't say any more really about what else I didn't like, just because it could
Okay.
ruin it for you or for somebody else, and I don't
Fair
want to do
enough.
that. But the ending I really loved, but there were a couple things about it that I could have done without. But um, I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Um, yeah. So only a couple nitpicks, but I really loved it overall.
Does this feel like a movie that's kind of like the end of a trilogy, or is this maybe moving into territory where this could continue?
I feel like it's the latter. Um,
Okay, you feel like
it's I don't feel like it doesn't have the structure of a trilogy.
okay,
It is a tribute and a discovery. Um, it's a tribute to and a discovery of the Ghostbusters,
okay.
and um,
Would you be
and
surprised if this core group continues to do more?
I wouldn't be.
Okay,
And there's I am gonna say also stay after the credits.
I have heard something is there. Yeah,
Yeah, so stay after the credits, and that's all I'm gonna say.
fair enough.
But it opens the door. It's not, I think depending on how well this one does, it might open the door to something else, whether
Okay,
that's another film series or another film or another or a TV series. I don't know, but I think it opens the door.
cool, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very
Mhm.
excited
So
for
I'm
tomorrow.
excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see it again and pick up on some of the things that I might have missed the first time. So that is my non-spoiler review of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I
Thank you.
think
I
that pretty
really
much
appreciate it. That was
wraps it up.
very good.